Hello, welcome to my channel. You can call me Death. Today this is going to be the first of my video guide series for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is a 100% guide, so this is going to be all the gold skulls, every heart piece, every upgrade, all the quests, the whole thing. The idea is that your profile is like a perfect profile at the end, and this guide is meant to be like I guess more of a simplified, just like efficient, check everything off the list type guide. So I'm gonna try and keep us on track. I don't know how many videos this is gonna break down to yet, but we're just gonna kind of see as we go. We'll start up the cutscenes here, and then I'll get into what our goals are and things that might be a little bit different. So right off the bat, this is on the PC port of the game, so I do have like a different colored tunic on. I have like minor little quality of life stuff, like skipping the air, like equipping the elemental arrow animations, or like quick put away stuff like that. But nothing to like push the to make it not feel like the original. Um, what else? Yeah, I don't. It's too much. Oh, I will be putting on, or this, like my playthrough is gonna have like double damage on. That's just for me. Yeah. So let's get into it. If you see me looking up at all, it's I have a second monitor, so that's what that is. Just kind of managing everything. Hoping this actually records well. And yeah, this PC port is beautiful. This is like the best way I've ever played it. And I've played this game a lot. Yeah, I feel like we'll probably break it down into like dungeon. Like each video will probably be a dungeon and some overworld, but it'll kind of depend on how much gets done. I don't want these to like run on for like an hour. Godzilla painting on the tree. I know the routing may be different than what some people might do. This is not the only way to do this. There's plenty of ways to play through this game. This is just meant to kind of my way of just checking off the list and make sure you get 100% at the end. Alright. So 2 goals. We need to find a sword and a shield. And we need to make money. Lots of it. So, we'll start with the money. There's a couple ways we can go about it. Go up this house here. Grab a nice 5. And then this kind of brush here, just kind of comb through it. You might get 1 or 2. Same over here. I believe it is random, so it's not guaranteed. Same with these rocks. They can give a lot or they can give none. Looking like none. Wow. Oh, there we go. Nice 3 at the end. Actually, this is the Know-It-All Brothers house. So in here, these guys will kind of give you like tutorials That's unfortunate. They'll kind of like, they'll teach you just things about the game. Like, one of them will tell you how to safely jump from a high distance and land without taking damage, and so basically if you have any basic questions, they're the guys to go ask. We'll crawl through here. We got some goodies through here. So we'll grab this. And there's a boulder here we gotta dodge. But we'll just follow it around. Grab another 5 here. And then tucked away in this corner, it's gonna be our sword. Also, that's another little thing, perk of the PC port is like I can just equip it after getting it for the first time. Like, if you're playing this on N64 or Wii or whatever other platform this is on, you'll have to go into your menu and like equip it manually. So just little stuff like that I have turned on because I've played this game so many times. So we need 40 bucks for the shield. So we can just go run around in the bushes again, we can go hit those rocks. And then there's one other house we can go to that should have some stuff for us. Nice. Oh nice, this one respawns too. So we can grab this. We'll break these rocks one more time. For like the 3D, like I have the 3D little sprites, I guess, for like all the rupees and items and stuff, instead of the N64 version. Nice. I think this house has 2 blues. Yeah. Okay, so we have enough for our shield, which is perfect. So for the shield, we're gonna cross over to this side of the town. Get another blue for jumping across there. She just teaches you how to target and talk, but it's not like super important. But this is what we want. Perfect. I'm going to be skipping like basically all of the dialogue and cutscenes, anything like that. This is just more focused on being like less focused on the story, more just on completing the game perfectly. So with our sword and shield we can get through past him. And we're gonna have some dudes spawn here. Get our first stick. And then we'll lock him for some cutscene. Maybe just dialogue. Alright, this is gonna be our first dungeon. So many spiders. Alright. So first thing, these guys take 2 hits. Or 3. You gotta get them to like that to get a stick, but if you actually beat them and jump strike them, then you can get DQ nuts, and these are super valuable. These are basically little stun bombs, like flash bombs. So it makes it really easy to line up good attacks. Let's get a couple more, hopefully. Let's see if this guy will let us. next floor. Money's always good. We need as much money as possible. It'll become apparent really quickly that we never have enough. Unless you're very, very lucky. In which case, you'll cruise on through, but this game can be unforgiving sometimes with its luck. But we'll keep going for now, because we have no way to deal with those spiders, so we can go through this side door. Meet our first scrub. And these guys are pretty easy, you just reflect back. Come here. And then once you talk to them, they'll just give you a clue once, or this guy will give you the safe roll. Nice. Then we can continue on. We'll make this jump. This is going to be our slingshot. And this is nice for a few reasons. One, we can use this as our first ranged weapon, which is really handy. And two, we can use this to hit switches and other things such as this. There's our ammo unlocked for it. And we can work our way back to the central chamber. Yeah, now with our slingshot, we can deal with these guys. Looks like it's just the three of them. And then we can work our way up. Perfect. There's going to be big guys up here, basically at each of the exit ways through the web, but we're just going to ignore them and go through this door. And we will light this using a stick. And then we will deal with this guy. Wall him. And we will deal with this guy. A good way to deal with them is just when they'll flip around, and then you can hit them a couple times to kill them. But a good way to do it is let them flip, stun them, and jump slash. Get them every time. Alright, now we can use our switch. This is gonna let us get over here. Get a small chest. And then this is our first collectible. So these are gold sculptures. There's 100 of these little guys. Each one drops a token. So that's our first one. Go back up. Reset the platforms one more time. And then we can go across. And this will be our compass, and then that's for most dungeons. Every dungeon is going to have a map and a compass, and then as we get further into the game, they'll end up having boss keys. But for right now, that's all of our big chests in this dungeon. Okay, we can head back to main, and this time we want to actually just deal with one of these guys. So we'll just set up, drop him, and then we are trying to jump down through the web. Because we're high enough up, that's gonna break. Should be okay, land in the water, and then up onto here. We have 2 more gold skulls in here, so we can kill him. And then up the vines towards where we just dropped from. And this one's pretty easy. And this one you can just kind of jump to it. Hit the switch. And then grab your token. I think you can just reach it from here. If you just kind of line up. Roll for distance maybe, yeah. It might take an extra try or so, but you'll get it. Grab our chest. And then we gotta use a stick, take the fire across using the raised floor to break through here. We like money. Alright, so these guys are simple, we know. So actually, yeah, if you target them right away, like after you reflect back the bullet, it'll stop them most of the time, like right away as soon as you click Z. But this guy's important. He actually gives us our code to be able to access the final boss. So later on we'll have to use that 231. And he's a traitor. Feels bad. But this is an eye switch, which we can use our slingshot to trigger that. Some more seeds. Okay, and then to get across this room we have to use the platform, but this switch lowers the water first. For a, I think you get like almost a minute. It's pretty long actually, so it should be good. But just hop on afterwards. Ride it across. This guy again. And then we can move this block over to be able to reach the next door. So again, just these guys. Take it slow, do what you do. And then light these two torches. Thankfully there's lots of ammo. The game gives you a lot of ammo. It's him. Okay, and then this is our first intro to these guys. Now, if you get close, I might just do it just to show you, but when you get close to one of these, it'll drop, and it'll spawn this little guy. It's actually called a Goma larva. So just kind of block them. He'll re-engage. Nice. The way I like to deal with them personally is to not deal with them, and that's to use the slingshot. Just can be a little finicky, but there you go. Now, we came from this door. We need to use the torch to open this. And to open this. And that wall looks weird for a reason. That wall is a bombable wall, and we don't have bombs yet, and we're not actually going to get bombs until we leave here, do some overworld things, and get through the next dungeon. So, more than that, we actually need the boomerang once we get through there. So, that is a room unfortunately, that we're going to have to backtrack to later once we have the appropriate tools to actually get our next gold skull chill out of there. So I have him marked down as a return for. Okay, and then if you remember, we're back in this room now. And we can use this block to create a shortcut for later and now. Because we can now grab fire from that torch, jump to this block, and get through those. And you just roll over top of it with fire. Okay, now this is where our code is important. So that's 2, 3, 1, left to right, 1, 2, 3. So middle's got to go first, and then right side, and then this guy, and then you just got to catch him. Okay, and that brings us to our first boss. I remember walking in here as a kid, man. Wild. All of a sudden you hear that crunching sound. Look up and see that eyeball. Alright, this is Goma. Fairly straightforward. The eye is obviously the weak point. When she's down like this, best thing you can do is get a DQ nut stun. So when the eye goes red, just kind of stun, get a hit, and then keep track of her. She's gonna go climb up the wall, get to the roof, and then try and drop like 3, 4 eggs of the little guys down. But use the slingshot, it'll drop her off the roof, and then just a couple of jump slashes, and that's it. I believe because you get the stun off the roof, it keeps your stun for like a good 15-20 seconds or so. Like it's a really long stun, so good way to just kind of speed up the fight. And this will be our first heart container, which is good for me. Things are going to start hitting harder. Nice. So that's our first dungeon done, other than our 1 gold skull, which we will have to come back for eventually here. But yeah, for right now we can leave the forest and make our way to the castle after this cutscene. I've actually tried recording this already twice. You know, each time it comes out to about 40 minutes, so I'm trying to beat that, but it doesn't seem... There's so much in the first little bit. I think it's just gotta be that. Getting our history lesson here. Yeah, I've taken a ton of notes on this to try and make it as efficient as possible. Some of the quests are a little bit bigger, like the mass quest, the stopping at the Gerudo training ground, stuff like that. Like, eventually we'll have to kind of veer off and go do certain things, but for the most part it should be a good flow. Alright. Nice. This is going to be our Kokiri's Emerald. It's our first spiritual stone. R.I.P. big man. We will be back. Alright, so the only thing we really care about now, until we get to the castle, is just money. Anytime you see money, grab it. We're gonna grab from from hopping across. We'll go through the bushes. Let's try these rocks one more time. I've gotten like 6 rupees out of those rocks before. I can't believe that. Alright, well, that's good enough. And we can make our way out. And then we get to meet our friend here, and she's going to give us our fairy Ocarina. This cutscene cracks me up every time. I don't know why he runs away. We'll see in a second here. It's like, okay. Just takes off. Okay, and this is Hyrule Field. This is basically where every single dungeon area, like, all connects to the field in multiple different areas. So this is where it connects to the Kokiri Woods, or the Kokiri Forest, sorry. Talk to our friend here, and then we want to go hard north to the castle gate. And ideally, we want to get there before sundown. Roll. One way that I like to do it is once you get over the hill, just kind of line yourself up at the gate, and then turn around and backpedal there. You can kind of use the mini map to make sure you're going the right way. you go way faster. And then once you hit this path, you kind of turn around. You should have enough time to just make it to town before nighttime, like, kind of turns over. Perfect. Which, it magically becomes, like, the afternoon again, but... Alright, and then because it might, if it does take you more than one try, that's totally fine. You can always run back here as Child Link, but we are going to hit the shooting gallery. And the objective here is just hit, there's 10 rupees that are just going to come up. So if you get 2 greens, 2 sets of blues, and 2 sets of reds. Blues will always spawn together. And so will reds. So, if you didn't get that the first time, no big deal. If you come close, I think he gives you your money back so you can at least try again. But that's going to be our first upgrade for the Deku Seeds. We will get more money, we will come back. Always through Market Town, so just in the future, if you need to, stop by and get your Deku Seed bag. Alright, and this is Castle Grounds. But we're actually going to refresh. So as soon as you go in, just come back into town, or into Market, and then go back out to Castle Grounds. And then we'll find our friend first. And then we can talk to our other friend. And basically, yeah, her dad went missing, so she's gonna give us a chicken egg to go wake his ass up. But we need to hatch it first, so we need to wait until daytime. We also need to make it to him. So in the meantime, though, this tree, when you roll into it, the only tree in the area, so we'll drop our next gold skull, so we can grab his token. Grab these rocks if you want. Too bad we don't have a bauble. And then we're gonna make our way up these vines. There's guards everywhere, so we kind of have to go a specific way. We don't want to go down here, because it just drops you out that door anyway, so you can just kind of jump off. And then once you hit this line on this hill right here, just kind of stay a little bit past it. Just past this tree, and you'll be able to sneak through them. Just kind of follow the path, stay out of line of sight. And then climb up this wall. It kind of looks like little rocks jutting out. Equip our cuckoo egg. It's now a cuckoo. And if you jump, make sure you jump right to the grate. And then as you swim down, follow the water all the way to the end. We're going to soak up as much money as we can. Climb out of here. Yeah, now we can use our chicken. And we're gonna wake up Talon. Poor guy. Okay, and then we're trying to get into that crawl space, so we're just gonna use these crates. Next one. I never understood that door. can't use it in any way. I don't know, maybe it's just decoration. And then real quick before we go through the crawl space, jump onto this side of the grate and then swim to the end. Blue. Climb back here. And we do want to make sure we go through this crawl space while it is still day. Otherwise the guards will just block the path and we can't go anywhere, so. And then there's this section, which is kind of just like a little stealth thing. Again, just line of sight. Stay, like, whatever way they're facing, just don't be that way. The rupees are... You can kind of just follow him around, like around the pillar. We got kind of unlucky this time. It is, you can actually get a red rupee in this group, or like multiple blues, so that's okay though, we'll take all the greens. And then there's two guys here. Maybe he'll... No, he didn't. He stopped. And that one walks all the way across, yeah. Whoa. So, just be careful when you're going through here. But after that you get to here and that's the end of that. Two little Easter eggs you can do. In this right window, if you look through, you can see Yoshi, Peach, Mario with the wing cap on, Bowser, Luigi's in there too. And then if you go through this window, and you shoot a, like, this guy peeks his head out, and then tosses a bomb at you. Guy's a menace. Throwing bombs at little kids. Alright. And then yeah, we're gonna get a lot more dialogue. I think another cutscene. And then we're gonna get two items, two different important items for the future. Yeah, and then I think we'll end this segment off at Kakariko Village. The Holy Grail. You get to see the man with the evil smile. Look at this man's mouth. It's ridiculous. Look at that face. Okay, and then she's gonna give us Zelda's letter. And then we will get help from our friend here, and we're gonna learn our first song. Yeah, about 40 to 45 minutes, I think, is what I'll aim for each of these. Nice. Alright, then Impa's gonna give us a free little teleport completely out of castle, like back to Hyrule Field, which is very handy. But before we head to the mountain, we're gonna make one little detour. So, that mountain straight ahead is where we're going next, but we're gonna go back into town first. We're gonna go through this door, and we're gonna break everything. And we're gonna hope to get it. Well, we might have even just reset this room and fill our wallets, to be honest. Break all the boxes. Break all the jars. Unfortunately, we cannot get the ones at top, but that's okay. And then our collectible is in this crate here. It's gonna be Gold Skull 5. Perfect. So yeah, I would reset the room, and I'd go back through it again and just max out your wallet to 99. Nice. Yeah, like you can get pretty lucky with these and get blues in here as well. Alright, well that's good enough. And if you weren't able to get the shooting gallery the first time, now's the time. Go back, get that. If you run out of rupees, go back to that room, reset again. Time won't progress as long as you're in this, like these two screens. So just keep doing that, get your Deku Seed. After that, keep going on. And then we will go to Kakariko. So, and you'll get familiar with the field as you go, if this is your first time through. It's pretty easy, there's just a few entrances, so. But we are going to wait for nighttime before we go in here, which is just rolling up now. When you're in the field as Child Link, and it turns to night, I think they're called Stalfos, or Stallchilds, little skeleton dudes, they start to spawn everywhere. It's a good little money farm, but that's how you kind of know that night is taken into effect. As well as like the wolf howl, but okay. We will enter Kakariko, and then we will call it here. Perfect. Alright, well, if you found this video helpful at all, if you just liked the video at all, consider subscribing, liking, shoot me a comment, tell me what you didn't like. I'm all ears. yeah, I will catch you in the next part and we will continue.